I suppose a couple of episodes back, I had this thing where I thought I test power versus control, that the power has got nothing on control. And not that I'm so loser or anything, but that hideous, useless chunk of metal that I used on it to demonstrate the power without control, whilst it was hideous and useless and stupid, it still had modern-ish tires, modern brakes, and modern steering, and well, I suppose suspension was from the Stone Ages, so all Americans does have. But anyway, now I bought this Chevrolet El Camino from '67. So it has got 60s tires, 60s brakes, 60s steering. It's nearly as much power as that hideous Ford had, 325. And so now I'm gonna test it again. I'm gonna drive, I suppose I'm gonna drive 3 laps on each car, this and that Peugeot, and compare perhaps best lap or average. Any thoughts? I can put both them on. But anyway, that's the thing. Once more, power versus control. Let's see. And of course, other reason why this is superior to that Ford I used earlier, because it is much better to look at. I mean, look at it, it's still American cars from the 60s, at least they were pretty, although otherwise useless. I just finished lap number 1 and I need more bravery. All the rest of it, I mean, I need lots of bravery. Couple of spins, actually 1 spin and 1 crash. It's not too bad. Of course, by doing this on this way, it's just first driving that car. And then, actually, I changed car now. I changed that Peugeot now before I'm too brave. So, I suppose that's the correct way of doing this. So I changed the car. I record you the time. That was lapped there. 9.27.164. Now I'm changed to Peugeot. It was pure magic. This car it's just so hilariously good to drive this. It's just God damn it. Let me put it this way. It is very easy to drink and drive with this. How do you do it? You can just, with other hand, you can chug. The Camino, not so much. So we just leave it to that. Like there's nothing to it. 9.36.85. 2 more with both cars. Switching to Camino. And don't think for 1 second, because I'm biased to European and small and nippy and all the rest of it, that I'm not giving this car absolutely all that I've got. Because I'm just not very good driver. Because there was one spin, yes, one spin. And I just realized something, that this Camino has got 2 speed gearbox. Now it's 922.6. It's getting very, very frustrating now. Anyway, switching back to Peugeot. Now I've got absolutely have to fly. For that I need more bravery. And of course the driving options are all the same to both cars, no traction control, apart from ABS, which I keep on Peugeot, because Peugeots have ABS, whereas I don't think 1967 Chevrolet El Camino had ABS, so this is a bit improved, 9.36.9, but still far behind that. I just think just the back straight, it's uphill, and this one has got 82 brake horsepower, whilst that El Camino has got 320 something. So it's just not enough, this 82. Plus the Camino has got more torque than average French village, I suppose. Thing is that to be able to go faster than that El Camino, you have to absolutely nail the corners in that Porsche. And I'm just not that good of a driver. God damn it. Just not going to happen. 1 lap with each car still to go. Perhaps we can then add up to the average times there and see if anything useful can come from that. But anyway, now I'll try and drink. Now that was lap 3 with this, 904.3. What is it with these American pickup trucks and driving whilst drinking beer? What? Incest? Jesus Christ. I mean, there was one fairly big disaster on the way, but other than that, it was just so smooth and apparently fast. Well, very fast and high standard. There's nothing to it. I cannot compete with that. 904. Anyway, must change car. Last lap with Peugeot. And not even close. And I just realized something, that Camino actually is faster than that Ford. How, in the name of all that's holy, is that possible? It's 60s tires, 60s brakes, and little bit less horsepower. How? Then I actually stumbled upon something, because if you check the car settings on this Peugeot, you see that tires are comfort soft. I don't know why, because they're supposed to be as factory set them up, but if I'm not mistaken, tires on that Camino were sport. Let's check. Car settings. Yes, it's sports hard. Now it's comfort soft. Let's take one more spin at it like this. Okay. Let's see how it fares now with same tires than that Peugeot. Now I'm gonna change tires to this 106 Rally into Sport Hard. And then we'll see what's what, because this is just utter rubbish. If this game is this daft, that it... I'm just so annoyed. Well, needless to say that Peugeot type wasn't as fast as that Camino had on those Sport Hard tires. But I still keep the question, what are you thinking of? Jesus Christ, Sony, this is supposed to be a driving simulator. How are you supposed to be a driving simulator if the cars you drive are not like they are from the came out from the assembly line? Because whilst the Peugeot 106 might have come out of factory with sort of a soft wheel setting, because it was sort of in between, I suppose, of GTI and your ordinary 106, but still comfort soft. Bit of an overtouch. And furthermore, El Camino from 67 did not come with the racing hard tires. If your game sets out to be a driving simulator, make sure that the cars you drive in it, if they are real world cars, real world cars like they are in GT2s, make sure that when you select them, they are as they came out of the factory. Because that's what it should be. It should be simulator should simulate reality. And if it doesn't, it's not a simulator. Then don't call it as such. It's just, well, perhaps after all this, next time you see this sort of argument, power versus control, I will, despite all of its numb handling and whatnot, I will try the BeamNG drive. I'm annoyed. And I'm drunk, and I've only one thought in my head right now. What in the name of all that holy were these game developers thinking when they put Sport Hard tires on a 60s Camino? All that effort for just lack of interest on behalf of game designer. There should be only one setting in here which says factory, as it came out from the factory. And what is the matter with you? I'm just so annoyed. No, I should drive now 3 laps on these tires in both of the cars, because whilst that Peugeot drive was pretty flawless, it was pretty good. Couple of mishaps here and there, a couple of missing the apex and whatnot, but that El Camino drive was just so messy. It was just all over the place. Those tires made it behave a lot more like an old American car. A lot more predictable, ergo easier to drive. But because there was just so much lack of grip on an acceleration and on braking. It was just so hard to manage all that power that now this is relevant, because there was no grip. no control. So this remains an open question. Perhaps next time I shall try, perhaps I even drive that Ford and check what sort of tires were that for. Well, that is more sort of suited to those sport tires because it's modern car, whereas that is unforgivable. It was from the 60s and it had sport hard tires on it. But, wow, that was exciting though. I finally, there's a glimpse of hope of saying that power is nothing but control. That glimpse is from those tires. So perhaps I was thinking of doing this Strikes Back episode on Live for Speed. Not Live for Speed. On BeamNG Drive. But I've taken it long and hard consideration because whilst BeamNG Drive is very good on simulating car crashes and damage in car, and it's exciting on that front, it is not as focused to drive as this is. There's just something missing. I don't know, I just cannot put my finger on what it is. But it's just not good enough. Perhaps this is this controller because this is very cheap. There's only 108 degrees turning circle, so it makes it very hard. Perhaps I should try to find a new controller. And in this game as well, when I was driving with the Camino, because it was just so tail happy, it was just very difficult to correct it. And you have that just so limited steering input. Well, racing drivers' excuses, but anyway. That's what I thought. 9.2 24.5. Well, finally, Peugeot win. It's 9.41.4. Good night. See you next time. Bye bye. And of all things, I lied to you. It has got 101 brake horsepower.